I am moving finally out of here. And I wanted to cancel my internet subscription. And I told them, hey, I'm moving the 1st of August. Could I cancel my internet subscription? Because I was going to get a different provider because the other provider, the one that I currently have, doesn't have enough speed on the new place. And then suddenly I got put onto a hold and I'm just waiting there for like 15 minutes. And I thought, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not gonna wait like 20 minutes for something to do, whatever. So I hung up that phone call. I called another number, which is like sort of like the special customer service. It's like something like for businesses or whatever. I'm not even like 30 seconds into the call. I get a call back from the first customer service. I was like, all right. I pick up the phone. I'm like, yo. And I hang up the phone. Legit, second later that I hang up the phone, my screen just goes like, I don't know, I was like on a YouTube homepage. Boom, I see like, your internet has been canceled. Your data hasn't been known to us. Whatever. I was like, what the hell is this? Suddenly, all my internet gets booted off. I was like, what the hell just happened? It just instantly got canceled. So I'm like, okay, this can't be real. So I make another phone call to the business thing. I'm saying like, hey, I just spoke to this woman on the phone. She was gonna cancel my subscription, but my internet is gone. They were like, oh, okay, that's weird. Could you give your information, your customer number? Could you give me your address? Could you give me your blah, blah, blah? I gave them all the pieces of information that they needed. It just didn't exist in the system anymore. Apparently that woman, instead of just canceling my subscription, she deleted my entire account from the database, which I've been a customer for like, I don't know how long, maybe 4 years. And he said, oh, you know what? Yeah, because the data has been deleted, I cannot reinstate your internet. I have to get a specialist for this. The earliest I can do that is 3 days from now. And I was just on the phone. I was just there in silence. Didn't say a word. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, all right, but you know, I have a business, you know, I gotta like do stuff. It's gonna cost me time and money. And they were like, oh yes, we understand. I'm sorry, this and that. And then I hang up the phone and I'm just like, okay, well, I've been screwed over completely. But then I go to the gym with Matt. Matt was like, you finally don't have internet. Now you're living in my shoes. In the gym, I'm not even there for like 40 minutes. I get an SMS text. I can read out what it said. It said, best customer. Good news. Your internet connection works now. Congratulations. You successfully enabled your modem. From now, you can enjoy the stable internet. 5 seconds later, I get a phone call. Hey, yeah, this is a specialist. The guy I was talking about. We fixed your internet. We reinstated it. We made a new account. Now you can enjoy your internet. It will be canceled the 1st of August. You won't have to pay for it because of the inconvenience that we caused. And in the end, it was all good. So now I'm actually streaming tonight for you guys. Yeah, and the thing was, the guy was like, oh, do you know the name of the woman who did this? And I was like, well, I don't know. I feel like if I probably said her name, she probably would have gotten fired. But I think I'm officially gonna move like next week somewhere. For now, I'm just gonna like get out the most basic stuff. First time moving in like 3 or 4 years. It feels strange. It feels like I'm gonna experience a lot of stress and a lot of uncomfortableness, but in the end, it's probably gonna be better. Why am I moving? Well, couple reasons. I got a mortgage and that way I don't have to pay rents. Well, I'm sort of still paying the rents, but the money that I pay per month actually also gets put into the place. I don't know if you guys remember, right? I mean, maybe some people are new here. Like I see next then you're new in the stream, but for the last 2 years, I've gotten so annoyed in the last 2 years by these babies downstairs. Like my neighbors or my downstairs neighbors, they're living with 4 people. No, what I'm saying, they're living together. It's like a 2-person apartment, maybe a 1-person apartment. I don't know. I think it's a 2-person apartment. And they decide to have a baby. Well, they're still renting the place. All the baby does is cry and scream every single day from 7 a.m. like till the afternoon, even in the evening sometimes. And it's like, it was driving me crazy. I had a pretty bad sleeping schedule back then because I was still smoking weed. So I would wake up like 11 a.m. and the baby would start screaming from like 7 a.m. So I got so annoyed. I got such bad sleep and still I can't like chill. And also this is like a very busy sort of apartments place. Like there's a lot of high buildings, everything like echoes, and they have like a children playground just outside. So every time there's like just children playing outside, like they scream and they yell and it echoes through the buildings and I can't even focus on the work. It's gonna stop in the near future. No, that's what you're wrong about. See, the thing is, one baby wasn't enough, right? They're already annoying people here, people there, people down there. They decide to have another baby. 2 years after they just had a baby, they decide to have another baby. Could you imagine that? I'm laying in bed, like just sleeping, 7 a.m. Like fucking hell. I'm like, Jesus. I try to go back to sleep. Suddenly you hear a second voice. Bro, I would jump off the building. The entire day screaming babies. And then you also have the parents yelling at the babies. Yeah, it's gonna be quite stressful. Also, the place that I'm moving in, it had water damage because it was like the heaviest storm in 100 years in the Netherlands, and the house got water damage. The damage was estimated to be about 10,000 euros. Literally a week before I got the keys. So I'm just saying like, okay, how bad is it? And I come inside and I see like the floor's fucked up, the walls are fucked up, the roof is fucked up. Apparently the entire thing flooded, the basement flooded. A couple days ago, I spoke to the insurance company. They came by. They were like, oh yeah, we can fix this. Well, we just do that. The floor, boom, done. But it's gonna be very loud for like probably another week. Studio that I have right now, it's like, I don't know, I would say like maybe 1, 2, 3, like 3.8 meters in length, and in the width it's maybe like, I don't know, I could touch it with like both arms. It's pretty tight. Every time I have to turn on the camera, I have to stand on the table, I gotta click on the camera, and then I gotta sit back and down again. It's just too much of a hassle. But the new studio, I think it's like 4 meters by sort of like 4 meters. So I actually get some width, which means I can walk around the table and turn on the camera. But this also means I finally get a garden. I got a nice little garden. I've been looking for like 1.5 years to find a place that just sort of fits my needs, where it says 1 bedroom, 1 other bedroom that I can make a studio, and have a garden. That's all I like asked. And it was impossible to find. Like everything is so expensive. But after 1.5 years, I finally found something that I thought like, this is it. And coincidentally, they also had high ceilings. So that's even more perfect.